Hello everyone, just doing a Facebook Live from Jamaica. So I've been here on holidays. As you can see, I'm just showing you a little bit of Jamaica as we kick off this Facebook Live on Facebook ads. So today I thought I would share with you a little bit about Facebook ads. So now, I suppose everybody's aware that Facebook seem to be the I guess the best thing out there since sliced bread. And for me myself, being a marketer as well as an e-commerce seller, I think in this day and age, if you really want to make it, you need to know how to go ahead and drive traffic to your website. You can do free traffic building through things like SEO and guest posting, but I think if you really want to scale and grow a big business, whether it be a blog or an e-commerce store, at some stage you're going to need to learn how to do paid advertising. The three main methods, I suppose, for most of my audience would be either Amazon PPC, Facebook ads, or Google ads. Now for myself, I'm going to go ahead and actually delve into Facebook ads. I'm probably going to spend the next 6 months really getting to the level of mastery. So ways I'll be doing that is I've actually bought a course a few months ago, Ben Malel's Facebook ads course, but also I'm going to be using my podcast to interview some of the best Facebook ad experts in the world and e-commerce entrepreneurs. So as part of that, I thought I would do a Facebook Live telling you about this, committing to the journey. But also what I'm going to aim to do is every week I'm going to share with you guys some of my biggest tips, tricks, realizations that I've discovered. And because I suppose the benefit for you guys will be, yes, you'll be learning from me, but because I'll actually be hacking the minds of some really successful entrepreneurs. One thing I don't probably share about as well is through my podcast. Before I have the podcast and after I have the podcast, I also go ahead and I have in-depth chats, off the record chats with a lot of entrepreneurs where I get answers to questions which I suppose, they're not always comfortable answering. So I will be giving you a free, inside look into that. Probably down the line, I will actually look to go ahead and actually repackage that information in the form of a book of my top 50 realizations from the top 50 entrepreneurs I've interviewed, something like that. But starting off, what I want to share with you, for those of you who don't know how Facebook ads work and why it's so powerful, I thought I'd go into that. Now, I guess it all centers around what's called the Facebook pixel. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with that, the Facebook pixel is effectively a piece of code. It's like a cookie that you install in your website. So once you create your Facebook advertising account, you can go ahead, you can generate a pixel. I'll do this in a later video. But what you then go ahead and do is you install it in your site, whether it be your Shopify site or your own private website. And this pixel, what it does is it tracks certain actions taken by visitors, primarily done through recording whether they visit a certain page. Now, you might be wondering why this is so powerful, is because what happens is every time a customer goes ahead and they hit that page, Facebook stores the data about that person. Now, the way that works through Facebook ads is to say you put an ad on the Facebook platform. What will happen is somebody with a Facebook profile, they will then go ahead, click through that ad. Now, say they go to your website, your e-commerce Shopify store, and they view a page. Facebook will store the details of that user. If they then go ahead and make a sale, Facebook will also record the details of that user. And in this day and age, what you probably heard about is this concept of big data and analytics. So the reason why this is so powerful
is because what the Facebook pixel does, you'll probably hear the more you go into this concept of your Facebook pixel maturing. That basically means when the pixel gets data about certain users based on certain actions, whether it be them clicking to your website and viewing content, adding your item to the basket, or purchases, the more data Facebook can collect about users taking action, it then is able to build up a profile of that ideal user. And so eventually what happens is you can start targeting users by what's known as conversion events. So the main conversion events are viewing contents, i.e. are they actually clicking through and viewing the contents of your website? And then you've got the add to basket, so where users are actually going through, viewing your contents and saying, yes, I like that bikini, or yes, I like that beach towel. And then finally, are they actually making the sale? Now, the reason why this is so powerful is the more data, the more accurate data that your pixel collects, the better Facebook is able to, search through the likes, the interests, and build an ideal profile of the customer at each step of the process, so that eventually, once your pixel has really matured, you'll be able to set a conversion of events saying, I want to target people who have either viewed contents, either gone ahead and added to cart, and eventually have bought certain or made certain purchases of items in your store. Now, the reason why this is so powerful is because it cuts down your advertising costs in the long run. Back in the day, what we'd have to do is we'd have to either put a commercial out there or a billboard ad to people, and we wouldn't be able to target to a specific type of person with the exact characteristics that they have, the exact characteristics that the purchasers have made. But thanks to Facebook and thanks to the beauty of tracking data, Facebook can then go ahead and create what's called a lookalike audience based off the actions that people have taken or the emails that you've collected. So you can put in existing customer emails and it will build a lookalike audience based off the characteristics of those purchases through or people who have added to cart or people who have viewed contents based on their Facebook profile, pictures there. When you think about it, you actually give a lot of information to Facebook, from the things you like, your job, your marital status, all this sort of thing, your income status. Facebook matches all these sort of information. What do you actually click through on, what ads do you click through? So Facebook knows, what ads are you likely to go ahead and click. And then next time, once you start taking those actions, it'll go through and it'll show that kind of ad it'll show the ad to the right kind of person based on their prior experience or based on data. So that's a little bit about why Facebook is believed to be so powerful and why so many people invest their time and money into Facebook ads, is because you have this Facebook pixel, which over time, it strengthens, it grows, and the clearer it gets, the more data it gets, the better it's able to match your product or your store to the right audience. Now, I'm going to talk about in a later video why this, the problems that it can have, the matching. I guess it's really just a matching device. I'll talk more about the issues that it can have in a later video, but that's a little bit about Facebook ads. And the biggest thing that I can tell you today, if you have a website, a Shopify store, and you don't have your Facebook pixel installed, 100% install it today, because you could be losing out on free data. Now, the more data that you can collect, I guess the more relevant data that you can collect, the better it's going to be for your store. So that's another video. I'm heading to New York today, so I'll do another update, which I'm really pumped about, from Times Square, and I'm in New York for a few days, and then going to Toronto, where I'll actually be meeting up with some e-commerce entrepreneurs, some Shopify owners who do 10k days, 100k months, have sold over $1 million or just through drop shipping. So straight away there, we're going to spend an hour doing a podcast, but as well as we're just going to kick it, and I'm going to share with you some of the key realizations, insights on this YouTube video through potentially through Facebook Lives. So stay tuned. If you like this, smash the subscribe button, or do me a favor and share it. But stay tuned for my podcast, and if you haven't gone ahead and actually checked it out, it's e-commerce guider / business hacker for my podcast, or join my Facebook group at ecommerceguider.com, because that's where I'm going to share a lot of these tips, tricks and videos. Until then, guys, take care, and may the sales keep on rolling in.